Well, they tell me I'm not gaining weight right.
You're not gaining what? You're not gaining enough?
Yeah, I'm not
Really?
gaining enough weight.
Are you eating?
Yeah, but I think I'm huge.
Oh, Tiff.
Oh, yeah, you're just huge.
You're Tiff. Tiff.
You know Detective Williams? You do. He took your DNA,
Yeah,
took
I
your
know.
prints,
Yes.
did all that crap. All right. Now, when we first talked, the first couple times, there's some things that you omitted, right?
I admit it.
Omitted, that you left out.
Oh. What, me being driving to go pick up the money?
Well, stuff like that.
Or are you talking about when I was with the FBI guy and the emotions and feelings? Are you talking about that? Because he told
No.
me I never said nothing about none of that. And
What, your emotions?
no, Zach's.
See, I don't know what you guys talked about in the
Oh my God, it was
polygraph.
horrible.
Well, I told.
It was horrible.
See, I don't know what he talked about with Zach either,
Uh,
but I know Zach said some things to you that really didn't happen there. Am I right? Did Zach tell you some things that happened in his polygraph that didn't actually happen?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how Zach did on his polygraph?
I guess horribly. His mom called me crying. Said he failed all the tests or failed them all or failed most of them or I don't know.
What I want to do, real quick, is go over again. Tiffany, I have to get you. I have told you before that you keep saying you had nothing to do with it, but every step along the way, you know, and I want to believe you, and I think I do, but every time we talk or whenever something else you may think is very small and doesn't mean, but it does. It means you're not being totally honest about everything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why you didn't tell me you went. Whose house did you go to that day to get the $100?
I went over and met my friend Vic. He had a friend.
What's Vic's last name?
I have no idea. I honestly do not know his last name.
All right. So,
I met him when I worked at Maryland's. Maryland's on Monroe.
what's that?
It's a strip club right downtown.
You were a stripper?
No, I used to be a waitress. I have danced before, but not as like an everyday, just once in a
You don't
while
do it
type
anymore,
thing.
do you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So, that night, let's go back to that night. You were at AP's house. I remember that. You're at AP's house. Who came and picked you up?
Drew Warren.
Okay, Drew Warren came and got you. About what time?
Between maybe 4 and 6.
Okay. Where'd you go?
To Zach's house.
Okay. Who was home at Zach's house?
His grandma and his mom. And Zach wasn't there.
So you got Zach. Zach wasn't there.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He was meeting me there.
Can I just put Granny and Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Granny and Renee. However you spell it.
That's how.
Where was Zach?
I don't know. He didn't tell me where he was. All he said was he was with his friend and he'd meet me at the house.
Do you know what his friend's name was?
No, he didn't tell me who he was with.
Okay. So you get there. Where'd you go then?
We went to Zach's. I waited for Zach to get there. And I'm not sure. I know we stayed there for a minute, but I think we might have left and went and got pills. I'm thinking that we left and went and got pills. I'm pretty not sure. I'm not sure though.
What time?
It was early, maybe an hour after I got to Zach's house.
So 7 o'clock?
7, I'm guessing.
All right. Where'd you go?
Like I said, oh my goodness. I I do not remember where we went and got.
Was it somebody's house?
Yeah, somebody's house, yeah.
Somebody you regularly buy from?
See, Zach always got the pills, so I would just always just drive him where he had to go.
Did you go in or did Zach go in?
Zach.
All right. Then where'd you go?
Back to Zach's house.
All right. Then where?
Then I stayed at Zach's house. We stayed at Zach's house. And, see, I
So
know
did
we
you
went
do
and
the
picked
pill?
up
Did
pills.
you do the pill right away?
Yeah. You know, we picked up, I remember talking to Johnny and being on the east side, grabbing pills.
All right. Yeah. I don't.
So, you
That's
know,
all right. I mean, I just want to
we went to
know
Zach's and we stayed
where
at
your
Zach's.
body was.
Zach's.
Okay, you're at Zach's house. So you left about 7 o'clock to go get pills. How long did it take you? But you were on the east side getting.
I remember being on the east side, yeah, and talking on the phone.
How
with
many
Johnny.
pills?
Probably 2.
How much did you spend?
$40.
Okay. Where'd you get that money?
Zach got it from his mom.
And Renee knew where you were going.
I'm sure she was no dummy. Well, Zach would just be like, "Hey, Mom, can we use your car real quick? We're going somewhere." But she wasn't stupid.
Mom's car.
How long did you have to wait for Zach to get to the house when you were there with Renee and
20
Ray?
minutes. 20 minutes to a half hour. You know, I live there, so it really didn't bother me to be there by myself. So, I was used to him never being,
Did she
At
want
the
you to
house.
get her some pills or anything?
no, she don't do pills. So I just waited.
She's got a script for something that she takes.
Xanax.
Oh, that's
She gets
right.
Xanax.
That's right. She's on Xanax. I mean, the woman sleeps 18 hours a day. She's got to be on something.
Oh, yeah. She
All
does
right.
sleep a lot.
So you're at Zach's house then. You got your pills. You took your pill. Do you space out or something for a while, or are you just mellowed?
Just mellowed.
All right. You're mellowed out. You're at Zach's house. What are you guys doing?
I'm upstairs. I always am up in Zach's room, and Zach's always like in and out. I'm upstairs watching TV in his room.
Did Zach leave again, or did Zach talk to anybody on the phone?
Zach always is on his phone.
I know he's always on his phone.
Always on his phone. And like I said, he's always in and out. You know what I mean? Not like, he wasn't like persistent gone as in like, okay, an hour went by, where's Zach? You know what I mean? He's in, come upstairs, run upstairs, you know what I mean? Sit down for a minute, get on his phone. I'll be right back. He'll run wherever he went, be gone for 10, 15 minutes, come back in. You know,
Does this
be-
all have
be
to do with
gone for
drugs
5
and
minutes.
pills or
Yeah.
stuff? Okay.
Mhm.
All right, so you're at Zach's house. You stay at Zach's house until when?
We spoke with Johnny and Lisa, and then
Let's talk about talking to Johnny and Lisa. Was there supposed to be a party?
no party.
There wasn't supposed to be a party.
No, it
They
was-
didn't invite anybody else over.
No, it was a last minute. Hey, do you guys want to come over and play pool?
Okay.
A last minute thing. Nobody knew we was going out
And
there.
what time? What do you remember about what time you guys were? Was this on the phone?
Yeah.
All right, or
Oh.
texting?
No, it was on the. We were on the phone.
But you're texting too at the same time.
No.
I mean, if you're
I-
not on, okay.
No, I had texted Lisa while she was at work, cause we had talked to Johnny, and Johnny said they were going to get pills when Lisa got off work, and I was like, "Can you front me one, and I'll give you the money back tomorrow." He said he had to ask Lisa, so I text Lisa's phone. That's where the texting came in.
Okay.
Then by the time Lisa got off work, which was at, I'm guessing 10 o'clock, Lisa had texted me back and was like, you know, I thought you was a friend. And then that's when I called Lisa, like, no, you took that in the wrong way. It wasn't nothing like that. Then, that's when we was on the phone talking, and it was approximately 10:30-ish when we hung up, 10:40-ish. That's why I was saying 11 o'clock is, you know, when I heard all that.
Okay.
That's
All
why
right.
I was guessing, because I know it was about 10:30 around the time that we had hung up our phone.
All right. All right. So you left. You went to the east side. You got pills.
Mhm.
You're at Zach's house.
Mhm.
You're back. You've taken your pills. You only had one,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
When do you leave again with Renee's car? Do you go? Is the next time you leave the house? Is it when you go to to see Vic?
Yeah.
All right, what time was that?
It was after I heard Johnny on his phone. After I spoke with after we got went and got cigarettes. And we walked to the store and got cigarettes.
All right.
And me and Zach got into an argument because I wanted to drive out there and he was like, well, just wait, they'll be here.
All right. So all right then. So Tiffany and Zach, you and Zach, you guys walk to the carryout to get cigarettes. That's when you leave the house the next time.
Yeah.
What carryout did you go to?
Oh my goodness. I know one of them little carryouts right there by his house.
Well, Tiffany, if you walk out of Zach's door and turn to the right, you're just going to walk down
I know,
that
but I'm pretty sure that store was closed.
Okay, so then where'd you go?
There's a store right across the street. So I'm thinking that's the store we went to. Was the one across the street from his... There's one in that plaza.
You
Yeah.
went to that one then?
I'm pretty sure that's the store we went to because the store next to his house is closed.
So you're saying, let's say, here's Airport, here's Westwood, here's that store.
It's
Well-
in the plaza of the bar.
So there's a bar here though on the corner.
Yeah, and it's on the opposite
then-
corner of the...
Then there's a
By the
plaza.
recovery room.
Yeah, it's in the plaza of the recovery room,
All
and then
right.
right next to the other store, or the other side of the store is Bill's.
All right, so that's where you went. You went to that store.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you went in there and you bought
Pack of cigarettes.
a whole pack,
Yeah,
not just one
No.
cigarette.
no. We had a pack. Because I remember leaving the pack with Zach, and I had to stop at my niece's before I went to Vic's.
All right, so you leave the house, you walk to the carryout, you buy a pack of cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
When did you call Johnny? Where in here did you call Johnny and you heard what you
Right
heard?
here, before we went to the store.
All right, so
No, as we was going to the store. So right as before we
So
walked to the store.
you call
I
Johnny.
called, yes.
On your phone.
On my phone, yes.
I want to go over that conversation again in
Okay.
detail.
That's fine.
All right. You call Johnny on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did it ring, you think? Remember?
Once or twice.
Okay,
he
1 to
picked
2
right up.
rings. Picked it right up.
Mm-hmm.
You know it was Johnny.
Yes.
How long of a pause before he said anything?
He didn't say hello.
All right, so he never said anything.
Never said hello.
So, all right, so you're on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
How long before you hear anything on the phone? What did you,
Like, as soon as he picked it up, he didn't say hello to me, but he was like, bro, what are you doing?
all right, I want to get this down again. Bro, what are you doing? Okay?
Okay, and he said that approximately 3 times.
Okay.
Then the
All right,
next,
give me his voice. Was it, bro, what are you doing? Or, bro, what are you doing?
yeah, just like that.
Was, he
Bro,
sounded
yeah.
pissed?
Yeah.
Did he sound scared?
No. Not
He just
scared.
sounded pissed.
Just pissed, yeah.
All right, so you hear, bro, what are you doing 3 times? Johnny sounds pissed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then what he say?
Then the next thing he said was, who the hell are you?
How many times?
Once. And then that's when I heard the other person in the background. But I couldn't hear what he was saying.
So you overheard a voice in the
A guy
background.
voice.
You're sure it was a guy?
I'm positive it was a guy.
Have you ever heard it before?
No. Well, I really couldn't tell. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. All right, so then what?
But then he asked again, bro, what are you doing? After he said, who are
After the 3 times he said it
Yeah,
here, he
then
said it again.
Yeah, and that's when this guy was talking. So that's why I couldn't hear him, is because Johnny was saying, bro, what are you doing once again?
All right. Did you hear anything in the background, like a door close, footsteps? It sounded like Johnny was... Did he sound pissed here again?
Mm-hmm.
Did he sound pissed here?
Yeah.
Did he sound like he was out of breath?
No.
Did he sound like he was scared or nervous?
No.
Did he sound like he knew them people?
That's why I said I think that whoever did it, he knew, because, you know, if you knew Johnny,
How did he end the conversation with you?
Tiff, I'm gonna call you back, and hung up.
Okay, now.
He
now-
didn't give me a
now
chance
what-
to
now
talk
what
or
does that-
anything.
Okay, he just hangs up, he says he'll call you back. Okay, which means he probably knows who's in the house. Okay? Now, you call who?
I didn't call
And-
nobody.
Who did you call to tell him that conversation with Johnny?
Nobody, I just told Zach.
Okay, how did Johnny's mom find out about the phone conversation?
After I had drove out to their house and there was no response, I drove back.
To Lisa's house.
After I left Lisa's house, I drove back and I was like, well, maybe they're just ignoring us. We'll just drive around, look for them. And I called my friend Sharita to get Ruben's number, which is Johnny's best friend, so that I could get in contact. Well, see if Johnny could answer, if he would answer the phone to Ruben, and then if Ruben didn't get an answer, then we can get a hold of the family and let the family know.
Why?
Because I just
why?
thought maybe he was ignoring me.
Why would you?
'Cause
Why?
I think-
Listen. Why, with that conversation, would you let somebody's family know that, hey, something's wrong?
I wasn't calling to let him know something was wrong. I was calling and letting him know, like, can you get him, will he pick up the phone to you? Because, he told me he'd call me back. I didn't think nothing
Was
like
it
that
because
was
you were
going
concerned
on. Yes, I was very concerned.
about what was going on?
Yeah, because it was like I was not getting no response. Because right after I heard that, I called Lisa's phone, and there was no pickup. And then I called her a couple more times, no answer. So I texted her like, "Are you okay?" And she didn't answer. Then I kept calling Johnny's phone. Zach said he was doing the same also, and they wasn't picking up. So that's when I started calling, you know, his best friend to see if he would answer to his best friend, and he was just ignoring us because he didn't want to share pills, or, you know what I mean? That's what I thought all it was. 'Cause he was like, "I'm gonna call you back."
Okay, so you go and get, and Dad, John,
He ends up calling me. I never called them. They called me. Johnny's dad called my phone.
after
I called Sharita.
Sharita called his mom and dad, then Dad calls you.
And I explained to him the conversation, and I was like, "Look, I'm driving back out there. If you want me to come get you, I have no problem with coming to get you." And he was like, "Yeah, come get me." I was like, "I'm right here by Taco Bell. I'm burned. I'm turning around now." And I turned around and I picked him up. I got out of the car, walked up to the door, and got him, and we drove out there.
So there, now with whatever he's told, do you think with that conversation, that would make him grab a weapon?
I didn't think he would grab a weapon, but he ended up having a weapon on him.
What's the urgency to grab a weapon and get out there?
I have no
Now, it
idea.
all comes from your phone conversation with Johnny now.
The only thing I explained to him was, he called and asked me what was going on, and I said, "Look," I said, "I called Johnny. He was supposed to come pick me up." And I said, when he answered the phone, he didn't say hello, and I explained to him what he said. And I was like, he told me he'd call me back. I was like, "I've been trying to reach him, and they're not answering." And that's when I asked him, like, "Do you want to ride with me?" And he said yes. That was the only thing we talked about. We didn't talk about anything else. That I just told him what I heard Johnny say, and that was it.
Where were you at when that phone conversation with John, the dad?
I was right there at Taco Bell on Vernon Airport, because that's where I turned around to pick him up at. I was at the light.
Where were you looking for Johnny? Where'd you guys go looking for Johnny?
I drove past, like, just a couple friends' houses that we would be at.
When you called Sharita, all right, let's get back to this first.
Okay.
When did you call? You called Johnny when you were walking to the store
No, before we walked to the store. We
from
were still
Zach's
in
house?
Zach's house, yes.
All right, and you called Johnny, and that's when he says all this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You still walk to the store though
Yes.
to get a pack of cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you're walking back to the house, you're trying to call Johnny, you're trying to call Lisa. Is Zach with you at that time?
Yes.
Is he trying to call at the same time?
Said he was. He said he was.
Was he
trying.
on his
He
phone?
was on his phone, yeah.
Does he call your voicemail and get your voice messages?
Can he get into my voicemail? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he knows my password and everything. So,
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, so you're walking back to the house. You get back to the house. What time, all right, what time was this you're going to the store?
10:45. Anywhere from 10:45 to 11 o'clock.
All right, you get back to the house. You're back at Zach's house now. Now this is where, how did you get Renee's car?
I had Zach go in and give me the keys so I could go pick up some money.
He gave them to you? Did you guys discuss you getting some pills?
I told him I was going to get some pills, and me and him started arguing because I told him I wanted to drive and drive to Johnny and Lisa's and then go get some pills, and he was screaming he wanted me to go get pills first, so I just ended up leaving Zach behind and just went by myself.
So he wanted you to get pills before you went to Johnny and Lisa's. All right. So you're at Zach's house. What time is it now?
11:05.
You leave. Where'd you go?
I drove on Broadway Street and picked up a cigarette from my niece.
You just bought a pack of cigarettes.
I know, but I left the pack of cigarettes with Zach
Okay.
because I was pissed. We was arguing.
So where'd you go on Broadway?
Right across the street from Danny Thomas Park. To my niece's house.
What's your niece's name? Alexis.
Kennedy.
How old is she?
16.
Too young to smoke.
Yeah, but her dad allows it.
Okay. So you go over there, you get a cigarette. Then where'd you go?
To Ogden Street. To meet Vic.
Would you recognize Vic? If I showed you a picture of Vic?
I better be able to. Yes,
Does he have
I
a
would.
brother?
I don't know. I only know him. Like I said, I met him when
Is
I
it a
worked
nice
on the
house?
strip club. Yeah, it's a nice house, but he said that was his friend's house.
Who's his friend?
I don't know his name.
All right. I'm going to ask you this one time.
Okay.
You get $100. You don't get $100 for nothing.
Yeah, okay, this is what happened. Vic had wrecked I was driving and Vic pulled out in front of me, so I hit his car, or our cars collided. And he told me that he would pay me if I didn't turn it into his insurance or whatever, so I never turned it into insurance. So here and there, he gave me money for it.
How much?
I know I've got approximately like $300 from him already for the car.
But that night he gave you...
Only $100 that night. I called him.
There wasn't anything else going on in that house that you got $100?
No.
Were there other people in that house?
His friend was upstairs sleeping, but I don't know who that was. I don't know the guy's name. The guy who lives in the house.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, no, I did not have sex with him
Okay.
for no money.
All right. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
That you... So, he gave you the money from a car accident.
Mhm.
Whose car got in an accident?
Mine.
Where's your car been through all this then?
I ended up having to junk my car.
All right. What time do you get over to Vic's house on Ogden?
11:30.
You get your $100.
I go straight to Zach's house.
You didn't stop and buy pills.
Nope.
So you're at Zach's house now again. So where it's 23 what? Or I'm sorry, 11:30.
I don't know the address.
No time.
Oh, no, I sat and talked to Vic for probably about 20 minutes.
So you got back to Zach's house at midnight?
About 5 till midnight, yeah.
All this time, are you checking your voicemail or are you doing anything with your phone trying to
Yes.
get a hold of Johnny and Lisa?
Yes, I'm still calling Johnny and
You're
Lisa.
still calling Johnny and Lisa. All right. So you get back to Zach's house. What's Zach doing? Is Zach there?
Yeah, Zach's there.
Zach is there. Is he worried about Johnny and Lisa at all?
He asked me if I got a hold of them.
Okay.
And I asked him, I was like, have you been calling him? And he said, yeah, he kept calling him. And I was like, well, I've been calling him too. And they still haven't picked up to me. And I was like, I'm driving out there.
Okay. So you say I'm going to drive out there. What time do you leave Zach's house?
12, right after I pulled in there and went upstairs and got Zach, we left.
All right. And then we know that at quarter after or 20 after, you stopped to get gas.
No, well, right after I left Zach, so 12 o'clock, I say about, we'll say 12:05, 12:10-ish, we pulled out of there. I went straight to the gas station and got gas.
Okay.
Then from there, from getting gas,
All right. Hold on a second. Okay.
then from getting gas, then we went and got pills.
Zach pumped the gas, you said.
Yes.
Okay. So then you go to, where did you say, Fearing?
Fearing at the corner store. It's called Corner Store, it's the name of the store.
Do you make a phone call in between leaving the gas station and going to the corner store to meet whoever to get pills? When did you set that up to get the pills?
Zach did that as we were getting gas.
Who did he call? Somebody that works there or somebody that lives by
No,
there?
somebody who lives by there.
All right. So Zach calls for pills.
Yes.
Okay.
Then from the pills, I drove straight out there.
What time do you think you were there?
I say about 12:20 right there.
Then you go to Johnny and Lisa's.
Cause it's right down the street, so yeah. Yep, then I went to Johnny and Lisa's house.
How'd you get there? Which way did you go?
Straight down airport.
Airport to?
Airport to, Highland, Sylvania.
To?
I don't know the name of the street. I turn right at it though. You take it all the way down and turn.
So you go Airport Highway to Holland, Sylvania.
Turn left.
Turn left.
Then you go down a little bit and then I turn right.
Turn right.
That's like where the little overpass is.
Okay.
Like the little bridge. And then I turn left. And I think when you turn left, you turned into her little, like, neighborhood thing.
Okay.
And then took it to her house.
What time do you think you got there?
12:40, 12:45.
All right. You go there, you knock on the doors, you knock on the windows.
No, just the door.
All right, you
This
knock
time.
on the door.
Mhm.
At the same time, though, I remember you saying, what? You're calling?
Yes, I was.
All right.
What door did you go to?
To the front door. Because when we went there to play pool or whatever, we went in through the garage and the garage door was shut. So I just walked to the front door and I rang the doorbell at first and there was no answer through the doorbell. So I pulled the door open and started knocking. And then there still was no answer, so I had looked in there's a side window right here. I had looked in and didn't see nobody, so I just left.
On the day that you went there to play pool, how many times have you been to Johnny and Lisa's house?
One time.
You remember how to get there from that one time you were there?
Well, I had drove with Johnny out there. I just never went in the house.
So you had been to the house before?
Yeah, one other
All
time.
right. The day that you were there, that day that Johnny or Lisa's parents left, you were at that house?
I was there on Thursday.
Right. I think you told us the first time we talked to you, you took a tour of that house.
Well, Johnny wanted to give a tour of the house, and him and Zach walked the house, and I only walked upstairs. I didn't walk the whole entire house, because I was like, Lisa was like, come on, let's go smoke a cigarette, because I was like, I don't want to walk the whole house. So no, Zach and Johnny only walked the house. Me and Lisa was outside smoking.
When you left that night, I remember you saying around 1 o'clock that night you left to go home, you and Zach. Did Zach talk about the inside of that house? Did he say anything? Did you ever hear Johnny talking about a safe in that house?
Never once heard Johnny talk about a safe in the house. Never. I never heard Johnny talk about money being in that house. The only thing that Johnny ever bragged about was Lisa's family had money.
Okay,
That was the only thing.
all right.
Let me ask you, when you went outside to smoke, why'd you go outside?